St. George's Day, also known as the Feast of St. George, is the feast day of St. George as celebrated by various Christian churches and by the several nations, kingdoms, countries and cities of which St. George is the patron saint, including England, and regions of Portugal and Spain, Catalonia and Aragon. St. George's Day is normally celebrated on 23rd of April. However, Church of England rules denote that no Saint's Day should be celebrated between Palm Sunday and the Sunday after Easter Day, so if 23rd of April falls in that period, the celebrations are transferred to after it. 23rd of April is the traditionally accepted date of the saint's death in the Diocletianic persecution of AD 303. 1. In the calendars of the Lutheran churches, those of the Anglican Communion, and the general calendar of the Roman Rite, the Feast of St. George is normally celebrated on 23rd of April. 2-3. Since Easter often falls close to St. George's Day, the church celebration of the feast may be moved from 23 April. For 2011, 2014 and 2019 the Lutheran, Anglican and Catholic calendars celebrated St. George's Day on the first available weekday after the octave of Easter. See Easter week May 2, 2011, April 28, 2014 and 29 or 30th of April, respectively. 4-5-6. Similarly, the Eastern Orthodox celebration of the feast moves accordingly to the first Monday after Easter, or, as it is sometimes called, to the Monday of Bright Week. The church celebration may also be moved if 23rd of April falls on a Sunday. In England and Wales the Catholic calendar celebrated St. George on Monday, April 24, 2017, because Sunday is the celebration of Christ's resurrection, which is far more important than any saint's commemoration. Besides the 23rd of April feast, some Orthodox churches have additional feasts dedicated to St. George. The country of Georgia celebrates the Feast of St. George on 23rd of April and, more prominently, 10th of November, Julian calendar, which currently fall on 6th of May and 23rd of November, Gregorian calendar, respectively. 7. The Russian Orthodox Church celebrates the dedication of the Church of St. George in Kiev by Yaroslav the Wise in 1051 on 26th of November, Julian calendar, which currently falls on 9th of December on the Gregorian calendar. In the Tridentine calendar St. George's Day was given the rank of semi-double. In Pope Pius XII's 1955 calendar this rank is reduced to simple. In Pope John XXIII's 1960 calendar the celebration is just a commemoration. In Pope Paul VI's revision of the calendar that came into force in 1969, it was given the equivalent rank of a memorial, of optional use. In some countries, such as England, the rank is higher. The earliest documented mention of St. George in England comes from the Catholic monk the Venerable Bede, circa 673 to 735. 8. His feast day is also mentioned in the Durham Collector, a 9th century liturgical work. 9. The will of Alfred the Great is said to refer to the saint, in a reference to the church of Fordington, Dorset. 10. At Fordington a stone over the south door records the miraculous appearance of St. George to lead crusaders into battle. 8. Early, circa 10th century, dedications of churches to St. George are noted in England, for example at Fordingham, Dorset, at Thetford, Southwark, and Doncaster. 10. In the past, historians mistakenly pointed to the Synod of Oxford in 1222 as elevating the feast to special prominence, but the earliest manuscripts of the Synod's declaration do not mention the Feast of St. George. 11. The declarations of the province of Canterbury in 1415 and the province of York in 1421 elevated the feast to a double major, and as a result, work was prohibited and church attendance was mandatory. 12. Edward III, 1327-1377, put his Order of the Garter, founded circa 1348, under the banner of St. George. 8. This order is still the foremost order of knighthood in England, and St. George's Chapel at Windsor Castle was built by Edward IV and Henry VII in honor of the order. 8. The badge of the order shows St. George on horseback slaying the dragon. 8. Froissart observed the English invoking St. George as a battle cry on several occasions during the 100 Years' War, 1337-1453. 10. Certain English soldiers also displayed the pennon of St. George. 13. Chronicle of the Grey Friars of London, 1852. MW parser output site. Citation font style inherit. MW parser output. Citation Q quotes. MW parser output. ID lock free a comma. MW parser output. Citation CS1 lock free a background image URL, upload.wikimedia.org/wikipedia/commons/thumb/6/65/lockgreen.svg/9px/lockgreen.svg.png, background image linear gradient transparent, transparent, URL, /upload.wikimedia.org/wikipedia/commons/6/65/lockgreen.svg, background repeat no repeat, background size :9px, background position right. 1M center. MW parser output. ID lock limited .mw parser output. ID lock registration .mw parser output. Citation. CS1 lock limited .mw parser output. Citation. CS1 lock registration of background image URL, /upload.wikimedia.org/wikipedia/commons/thumb/d/d6/lock gray alt2.svg/9px/lock gray alt2.svg.png, background image linear gradient transparent, transparent, URL, /upload.wikimedia.org/wikipedia/commons/d/d6/lock gray alt2.svg, background repeat no repeat, background size :9px, background position right. 1M center. MW parser output. ID lock subscription .mw parser output. Citation. CS1 lock subscription a background image URL, /upload.wikimedia.org/wikipedia/commons/thumb/aaa/lock red alt2.svg/9px/lock red alt2.svg.png, background image linear gradient transparent, transparent, URL, /upload.wikimedia.org/wikipedia/commons/aaa/lock red alt2.svg, background repeat no repeat, background size :9px, background position right. 1M center. MW parser output. CS1 subscription .mw parser output. CS1 registration color, number 555. MW parser output. CS1 subscription span .mw parser output. CS1 registration span border bottom :1px dotted, cursor help. MW parser output. CS1 WS icon a background image URL, /upload.wikimedia.org/wikipedia/commons/thumb/4/4c/wikisource logo.svg/12px wikisource logo.svg.png, background image linear gradient transparent, transparent, URL, /upload.wikimedia.org/wikipedia/commons/4/4c/wikisource logo.svg, background repeat no repeat, background size :12px, background position right. 1M center. MW parser output code.cs1 code color inherit, background inherit, border inherit, padding inherit. MW parser output. CS1 hidden error display none, font size, 100%. MW parser output. CS1 visible error font size, 100%. MW parser output. CS1 made display none, color, #33AW33, margin left :0.3m. MW parser output. CS1 subscription .mw parser output. CS1 registration .mw parser output. CS1 format font size, 95%. MW parser output. CS1 kern left .mw parser output. CS1 kern WL left padding left :0.2m. MW parser output. CS1 kern right .mw parser output. CS1 kern WL right padding right :0.2m. MW parser output. Citation. MW self-link font weight inherit. St. George's Day was a major feast and national holiday in England on a par with Christmas from the early 15th century. 14. The tradition of celebration St. George's Day had waned by the end of the 18th century after the union of England and Scotland. 15. Nevertheless, the link with St. George continues today. For example, Salisbury holds an annual St. George's Day pageant, the origins of which are believed to go back to the 13th century. 10. In recent years the popularity of St. George's Day appears to be increasing gradually. BBC Radio 3 had a full programme of St George's Day events in 2006, and Andrew Rosendahl, Conservative MP for Romford, has been putting the argument forward in the House of Commons to make St George's Day a public holiday. In early 2009, Mayor of London Boris Johnson spearheaded a campaign to encourage the celebration of St George's Day. Today, St George's Day may be celebrated with anything English, including Morris dancing and Punch and Judy shows. 16. A traditional custom on St George's Day is fly or adorn the St George's Cross flag in some way. Pubs in particular can be seen on 23rd of April festooned with garlands of St. George's crosses. Citation needed. It is customary for the hymn Jerusalem to be sung in cathedrals, churches and chapels on St. George's Day, or on the Sunday closest to it. Traditional English food and drink may be consumed. Citation needed. There is a growing reaction to the recent indifference to St. George's Day. Organizations such as English Heritage and the Royal Society of St. George have been encouraging celebrations. There have also been calls to replace St. George as patron saint of England on the grounds that he was an obscure figure who had no direct connection with the country. 17. However, there is no obvious consensus as to whom to replace him with, though names suggested include Edmund the Martyr, 18, Cuthbert of Lindisfarne, or St. Alban, with the last having topped a BBC Radio 4 poll on the subject. 19. Recently there have been calls to reinstate St. Edmund as the patron saint of England as he was displaced by George some 400 years ago. 20. Religious observance of St. George's Day changes when it is too close to Easter. According to the Church of England's calendar, when St. George's Day falls between Palm Sunday and the second Sunday of Easter inclusive, it is moved to the Monday after the second Sunday of Easter. 4-5. In 2011, for example, 23rd of April was Holy Saturday, so St. George's Day was moved to Monday 2nd of May. The Catholic Church in England and Wales has a similar practice. 6. St. George is the patron saint of the Scout movement, which has held St. George's Day parades since its first years. 21. St. George is the patron saint of many other organizations. Citation needed.